This morning, I took my seventh dose of Zepbound. And in this episode, I'm going to give you an update on my average weight loss per week. I'm going to tell you what my current weight is and how it's going on the 10 milligram dose. And what my next move is going to be due to the current weight loss medication shortage that you may be hearing about. It is currently April of 2024. So I want to make sure that I share with you when this actually is. For those of you who are joining me on this journey, you already know. But there's a lot to cover today. So let's go ahead and jump in. Hello, bold, brave, and brilliant ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me on Zepbound Journey with Ange. I'm Ange, and thank you for all of you who've been following the journey all along. I appreciate all of your comments, your questions, and your updates on how you're doing on your journey. I love, love, love hearing about how you're doing as well. It always makes me smile. Your comments are fantastic and they encourage me. So keep it coming. I really appreciate it so much. And if you're here, if you're brand new to the channel, welcome. It's so nice to have you here. This is for you if you're someone who's curious about these new cutting edge weight loss medications. If you're someone who has just started your journey, all the newbies out there, you're welcome, welcome. And if you're somebody who's been on Zepbound, Wegovy, Saxenda, Mounjaro, or Ozempic for a while, and you want to be a part of kind of an online community, or you just kind of want to find out what's going on with other people's journeys because maybe you're having a weird side effect, because I've had a weird side effect that I'll share with you, then this is a great place for you. You're welcome here. Know that you'll be supported here. We're friendly and kind here. So please subscribe and ring the bell so that you're notified when we go live or when we have a video post. Like I mentioned, I'm Angela. I'm Angela Durant, and I'm someone who struggled with my weight most of my life. I was around age 7. I was a little girl when my weight challenges started. And at my highest weight, I was 331 pounds. I'm only 5'2.5", so I'm not really that tall. I know on camera, I look like I'm tall, right? But I'm not. So when you meet me in person, if any of you ever meet me in person, if we have some meetups, no need to say, you're not as tall as I thought you would be, right? Because I'm not very tall. I started my Zepbound journey 7 weeks ago, and I've been able to tolerate the medication very well. I'm currently on 10 milligrams of Zepbound, and my starting weight on this journey was 296 pounds. This morning, I weighed in at, drum roll please, 273.4 pounds, a total weight loss of 22.6 pounds. I was hoping for 23. I was like, oh, could I be 23? Now, side note, if any of you are like me, let me know if you're like me and you like take everything off, all your rings, your watches, your glasses, your everything, and you get on that scale because you want to be as light as you possibly can be. So I did that, but it gave me 273.4. I could not get an extra I guess 0.4 pounds out of it to get me down to 23. But it's coming. It's coming. So right now I'm at 22.6 pound weight loss. So that's an average of 3.2 pounds per week. And I know typically doctors say they want you to be in the range of 1.5 to 2 pounds a week, somewhere around there. What I will say is, when you're carrying as much weight as I'm carrying, it's probably not unusual for a much larger person to drop more weight in the beginning, right? So if you only have like 20 pounds to lose and you're like, I'm only losing 0.5 pounds a week, just know it's probably because you have so much less to lose. And everybody's journey is different, right? I thought this week I would give you a shot of what I look like. Let me go ahead. I'm going to turn the camera around because there's not enough room back here. I'm going to turn the camera so that you can see. Let me unplug my earphones here. So Okay, hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me. There's a little noisy in the background, so I have my mic plugged in today, or my earphones plugged in today for you. But what I was saying was I wanted to give you a full body shot so you can kind of see where I am. Maybe over time, when I look back at my journey, I can see the weight loss, because right now I can't really tell. I can't really. I know the scale is saying I'm down, but I can't see it just yet. So I wanted to document that as well. So, the only side effects I want to talk about side effects. A lot of people ask about side effects, and with this medication, some of you may already know, but for those of you who don't know, there are a lot of different possible side effects. A lot to do with your tummy, right? You know, you could have constipation, diarrhea. You could have some more serious, like pancreatitis. Things could happen, but the chances of anything really severe happening is like 1%. It's really, really low, the doctors say. And I've been really fortunate not to have many side effects. Fatigue on the day that I typically take the shot, I took it today. I was okay. I wasn't too tired. There were moments where I felt like I wanted to take a nap, but I just pushed through and I was okay. But the weird side effect that I think that I have that I have. But when I posted it the first time, many people said that they were having it too. And that strange side effect that that I'm having is that typically a day or two after I take my medication, I get these whelps on my body that are like mosquito bites or like a spider bite, right? So it's like I had it on my ankle, on the back of my leg. I had like three of them on my arm. I had one on my neck, one on my wrist, right? Itchy. They're itchy. And so for that, I take Benadryl and then I go to sleep and then I'm okay. But it's really strange because that wasn't something that I was even, you know, paying attention to. I know that you could have severe rashes, but it's not like a severe rash. It's kind of like a mosquito bite, right? And the other thing is, if you have something like this, but it affects your throat or your tongue, like your throat starts closing, that's severe, right? So that's you want to immediately go to the hospital, contact your doctor, and all the good things. Okay, but that was is pretty much the extent of my side effects, and for that I take Benadryl, right? No throat swelling, nothing that's severe. Like many of you, I feel like I have tried everything before finding Zepbound. And for those of you who are new, I was on Weight Watchers. I did LA weight loss. I've been to Overeaters Anonymous. I've had two bariatric surgeries. In 2009, I had the lap band. And then in 2019, I had gastric bypass surgery. Today, I have a medical team that I'm working with, and they're very compassionate and understanding, and they are treating this as a disease, as the disease that it is, obesity. And they said it's like a three-legged stool, right? The medical intervention, having a medical team, and the tool of Zepbound, the medication, in addition to healthy eating. I have a nutritionist, as well as moving your body, exercise, and so it's a holistic approach to this challenge, right? This problem that I've suffered from for a long, long time. And what I find is the major difference between what I'm doing now with Zepbound and this drug and what it does for me, compared to in the past. In the past, I addressed my a feeling of fullness, right? Like with the band, you can only eat so much. You can only get so much down. With gastric bypass, you have a smaller stomach, so you should only be able to eat so much, right? But um, the feeling restricting how much I could eat and the feeling of fullness didn't impact the brain, right? This medication also impacts the brain and that craving center. And for me, that has really been a game changer, because just having that feeling of fullness never stopped me from overeating. It never stopped me. But having a medication that takes away the desire, those severe cravings, that gives me back control, where I'm the master, right? Right, and not a slave to the food, has really been a game changer for me. And that's what I found in this particular medication, right? Because without the medication, for me, and I'm not sure about for all of you, but it's like fighting a hungry beast. And I've told you guys, I've talked about the beast before, and I would just lose every single battle against the beast, right? But now with the tool of Zepbound medication, the beast is on a leash, right? The beast is on a leash, right? So even when I get hungry, right, when I have normal, natural hunger pains in my stomach, right, my stomach's growling, I can complete, if I was doing a video right now, I could complete what I'm doing and then I could go get something to eat. But it's not like I can't think of anything else. Like I have that food noise, that head hunger that's just, out of control. It's really under control and it makes me feel normal. It makes me feel like my friends. My friends can just say, oh, we'll get something, and they're calm and they're not like, they can be fully present and paying attention to everything you're saying and not be thinking about the food, right? And that's why I think that for me, this medication has been a game changer. So I wanted to mention that to you. And then I also wanted to say, so, like what's next, right? I went from 5 milligrams. I started at 5 because I was on Ozempic before. I was on Saxenda before. And and for whatever reasons, I talk about that in other videos. My doctor put me on Zepbound. And I started at 5 milligrams and then I titrated up to 10. And I'm doing fine on 10, right? And I wanted to stay on 10 for a little while. Like, let's ride it out. Let's see how 10 does for a while because I'm feeling pretty good here and I'm not experiencing any additional side effects. But I called the pharmacy today because I've heard of all of there's a lot of commotion around people not being able to get their medication. I don't know if you've had that same challenge, but there is once again, a shortage, right? There is a shortage once again. These pharmaceutical companies, Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, cannot keep up with the demand. The demand is so great for this medication that they can't keep up. And so um, I called the pharmacy and I might not, they said that they didn't have the 10 milligrams, right? So I just I took my third shot on the 10 milligrams. I have one more pen left for next week and then I won't have anything. And so my doctor needs to place the order to refill the prescription, right? So I called and they said, we have nothing. We don't have any 2.5s, no 5s, no 10s, no 15s. The only thing we have is 12.5 milligrams. That's all we have, and that's all we can get for now. So I might be titrating up to 12.5 milligrams. I know what some of you are thinking. Like, no, Ange, don't do it. Don't do it. Wait. Don't go so fast. You're going way too fast. I know what you're gonna say, but we'll see. I'm gonna see if I can get the 10 in. I feel like I can do another 4 weeks on the 10. But if not, then I will probably be titrating up. But I will keep you posted on that. I'm doing fine and tolerating the 10 just fine without a problem. And when I was on the Ozempic, and my doctor kept titrating me up on the Ozempic, she said to me on the lower dose, I don't think it's going to really move the needle for you. I think you do need a higher dose. So we're all different. And I think some of us need the higher dose for the medication to be as effective as it can be. Um, Regarding compounds, I've also heard a lot of people saying that because they couldn't get their medication, they're going to the compounds, right? I don't know enough about compounds yet to consider that as an option. At this point, I'd rather have the brand that I trust. But I'll let you know if that changes. Some of you may be using compounds and you're doing great. I don't know. I would just prefer to stick with Eli Lilly's brand of Zepbound if I can. And so, with that, I just want to close out with sharing all the things that I've learned over the past 7 weeks. Well, just the highlights of some of the things that I've learned. And number one is that this is a journey and we're all different. Your weight might come off faster, it might come off a little bit slower, but I truly believe, based on the data and not the drama, that it works. as long as you can tolerate it, if it's okay in your system, it works, and we'll get there, right? We're all going to get there, right? But it's a journey, okay? The second thing is listen to your body. Listen to your body. Know yourself. Know what you're feeling. Know if you're still having cravings. Again, towards the last couple days before I took my shot, I was having cravings again. Like I'm at the fridge, opening it up, but I'm fully conscious, fully aware, and I'm making okay decisions. But those cravings started coming back. You might need, if you're having cravings, really strong cravings throughout, you may need a stronger dose, right? But you need to check with your doctor. Only you and your doctor can decide that, right? I know everybody has an opinion on it, but I would say trust yourself and your doctor, because everybody's different, right? So the third thing is that this medication is a tool, right? It's a tool, right? And it gives you a lot of leverage, right? It gives you a lot of leverage in losing weight. However, I believe that you still need to watch what you're eating, and you still need to move, right? You need some kind of exercise. Now, some of you I know are not able to because you may be hurting, or you physically might not be able to. But I think that I think for me, if I want to take off the weight faster, I need to exercise. And I want to share a story with you about when I first got my first bariatric surgery. I had the lap band, and I went to a meeting. At the hospital, they have like these group meetings, and there were other people in there who had different kinds of bariatric surgery. Some had the band, some had gastric bypass, so on and so forth. And we were going around the room introducing ourselves, and then telling the group how much weight you lost. And I had been banded for 6 months, and I lost 50 pounds, right? 6 months and 50 pounds. And typically you would lose less weight on the band. And I don't even think people do the lap band anymore, but back then, this was over 10 years ago, they were doing the lap band. And so I remember saying I lost 50 pounds, and there was this older woman um, sitting next to me, and she said to me, when everybody started having discussion with people at the table, she looked at me and she said, "You should have lost way more than 50 pounds. 50 pounds?" She was like, "I lost 80 pounds." And then that she was going on. I was like, "But you had the gastric bypass. I just had the lap band, right?" She goes, "No, the reason why you're not losing weight is because you're not exercising." Now, let me just tell you, culturally, in the African American community, we are raised to respect our elders. And at the time, this was an older Black woman, African American woman. And so I wasn't going to say anything back to her. She just like told me how it is. She just like, "You need to work out," right? And so when I left that meeting, I was with my girlfriend Lorna. We left that meeting, and we were walking back to the car to go home. And then I was venting to Lorna. I was like, "Can you believe her? Can you believe the nerve of her telling me that I need to work out?" I was like, she had the gastric bypass. Of course, she's going to lose a lot more weight than a band, someone that has the lap band. And I was going on and on and on. And then Lorna said, and you have that friend that will tell you the truth, right? Even though it might hurt, it might be painful, that friend that will tell you the truth. Well, Lorna is my best friend, and she's a friend that tells me the truth. And she said, "Ange, she's right. You're not working out. You're putting all of the weight of it, right? All of it on the band. Like you just want the band to do all the work, but you got to do the work too, right? Your doctor told you got to work out, and you're not working out, not on a consistent basis, right?" And she was so right. She was so. I was like, I wanted to look at her like, "I don't like you right now," right? But she was right, and I did need to work out. And after that, I started working out about 5 days a week, like what I'm doing now. I work out 5 days a week. I take 2 days off. Sometimes the 2 days are together. Sometimes they're split up. But let me just tell you something. And I know people are saying, well, it's really like 80% or 90% food, and then 10 to 20% working out. But there's something magic for me and my body that happens when I combine all the things, right? When I combine having the medication, having the support, having making good eating decisions, right, on my food, and some exercise. And it doesn't have to be a lot of exercise. I can't do a lot, but I'll walk on the treadmill, 20 to 45 minutes, and then I do some weight training. I do upper body one day, I do lower body the next day. So it's not a lot, right? I don't have a trainer right now. I'm just doing little by little on my own, or I'll take a long walk, right? But there's something magical for me that happens when I do all the things together. And I think that has helped me have over a 3 pound average weight loss per week. Okay. So I just wanted to tell you that, to share that with you if you're somebody who's like me. Okay. And then the fourth thing I wanted to say is that keep your head in the game, right? A lot of this is mental too, right? So if you're like me, you want to be encouraged, right? People who don't encourage me are not helpful, right? I don't really need to hear that when I'm working as hard as I can, or I fall down and I made it, my day isn't perfect. I need someone to encourage me. It's like, it's okay, you got tomorrow, like get back up, right? And there will be people who just don't understand. They will not understand this journey. Don't let their comments or their attitudes towards what you're doing. Oh, you don't need to take that medication. Oh, you should do. Don't let that derail your progress and your success. Keep your head in the game. Come here. We're here. We'll support you. We'll give you positive affirmations. We are all here. We're people who will cheer you on for sure. We will cheer you on. We will pray for you. So just know that you have a safe space here where we're compassionate and understanding, but you got to keep your head in the game, because you can really do this. Like, you can do this little by little. It doesn't have to be, trust me, if I could lose 50 pounds tomorrow, I would. But, it's a journey, right? But know that you got to keep your head in the game, because there might be days where you just want to throw in the towel and quit. And I hear from people every single day on this YouTube channel saying, I've been on this for 6 weeks. I've lost nothing, right? I've been on it for 8 weeks. I'm only down 2 pounds. So just, stick to it. It works. It does work. And little by little, and your journey might be different. You might have, a 7 pound loss in a week, right? That happened to me. So that it could happen. And if I want to say this, and I know everybody says it's so cliche, right? That if I can do this, anyone can do this. Um, I really do believe that if I can do this, someone who has had so many struggles with their weight, someone who has had this beast, this raging beast in her life and in her head forever with all these cravings, who's tried, Weight Watchers like 7 times and all these different things. If I can do it, and if you can, as long as you can tolerate it, if you don't have any severe side effects and you can tolerate this medication, I wholeheartedly believe that you can do it too. You can do it too, just little by little, okay? I really do believe that, because I think that my case is a really severe case, right? Like, I mean, I know there's some people out there who said that we have a similar journey. I consider our case is pretty severe, and this medication is helping us. So I just don't want you to throw in the towel before you hit the finish line. Just keep going and know that you're here and you're supported. And this is a very compassionate environment. Okay. So if this has added value to you, please join us. Join us on this journey. Please click like if you liked it. Subscribe. Please subscribe. There's so many of you that are watching that haven't subscribed yet. Take a minute and just hit the subscribe button, and also ring the notification bell so you'll know that when I go live. There are things that happen throughout the week, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to make sure that I share this with them. So I pop in from time to time, as well as giving weekly updates. So I hope that this has served you, and you'll be notified. And then also, if there's somebody that who's struggling with their weight, who these videos would really help, please share it with them. Please share it with them. I really appreciate it. And it also helps YouTube share it more with people who are searching for us. With that, I welcome all of your comments, any of your questions regarding the weight loss journey, anything that you want to ask, or something you want me to talk about. Be happy to do that. I love, love, love hearing your thoughts. And this is a journey that I'm sharing with you, good, bad, and ugly. I would have loved to have said I'm down 25 pounds, but Not yet, not yet. So I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. Love having you guys here. Take care, all of you amazing women and the few brilliant men who are part of this journey too. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.